welcome back to another episode of The People It Takes. I'm your host, Lauryn Squyres, and I have a super special crew member with me today. I say crew member because she had a pretty cool job that is not even available at the moment. So I'd like to welcome my friend, Alexis.
Hi.
And Alexis, where did you work? Let's just start right there.
The very first place, or
Oh, let's just start with
this is very complicated.
Actually, we're gonna wait. How many roles have you had?
I've had 3 different roles. My very first one was food and beverage, and then I went over to the Galactic Star Cruiser, and I was a roamer over there, so we had multiple different things we did. And then my last one now is attractions.
So what year did you start at Disney? And was it for a college program or just full-time?
It was the college program. I've been on 2 college programs, but my first one was January 2022, and then I came on my second one January 2023, and then now I'm part-time as of this past October 2023.
And what was your role when you started on your first college program?
So when I started my first college program, I got Main Street North QSR. I was at the Tomorrowland dessert party, watching the fireworks. It was so great because I had never been to Disney before, really.
That's crazy.
I had only been one time. It was on my high school senior trip. So to be able to be right in the heart of Magic Kingdom and be able to see the fireworks every single day. Well, we didn't watch them every day, but
pretty much,
just there and hearing it and just everything. It made it feel really special for my first role.
Yeah.
And then I got cross-trained over at Casey's Corner for the last bit of my program, and I love that so much.
So you were a dessert party full-time until the end? That was your main job?
Yeah, that was that for 3 months.
Wow.
And then I went over to Casey's, and I didn't really go back over to the dessert party.
After that?
But I love Casey's so much. Some people give it crap. When I told someone at a merchandise area that I worked at Casey's Corner, she literally, stopped talking to me and, was bless your soul. And, then, I went on my way, and I'm it's not that bad, I promise.
Oh my
some people say it's, really bad, but I think it's because I knew people over at the dessert party.
Yeah.
And they also worked at Casey's, too, if they're, part-time, full-time. And some CPs also got trained over there with me, so I was not alone over there. And I already knew all my coordinators because it's the same area, so
yeah.
I think my experience at Casey's was really good, and I loved it so much I came back on a second program. And then when I came back on my second program, I was talking to some Disney programs people when I went to go pick up my Blue ID, and they were like, so where'd you work your first program? And I was like, I worked at Casey's Corner most of the time. And they were like, oh, well, if you can work there, you can work anywhere. Anywhere in Magic Kingdom, you can work anywhere.
Yeah.
And I believe that because it was very busy, but I love the fast-pacedness, and it was so cool because you could see the parades and the shows and just everything there just felt so magical, and it helped me fuel up to be able to give the magic back to the guests.
So you actually enjoyed it because I know a lot of people.
Casey's.
They hear
I loved
quick
it.
service and they get
I mean, if I had to go back, I wouldn't choose to. I feel like my time there was fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of taste of it to where I experienced it, and then I'm ready to go on to other areas.
That's fair.
I am glad I went there. I mean, the baseball costumes are very comfortable.
They're so cute. And that's where you made a lot of friends there.
Yes.
Because that's how we have a connection.
Yes. We have a mutual.
Yeah. Josephine, I actually interviewed her last night.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm I know all about Casey's now. And then how did it go to become part of the crew at Galactic Star Cruiser?
So on my second program, I got Tomorrowland attractions. I was Rocket Tower, which is People Mover, and Astro Orbiter together.
Right, I forgot you did that.
Yeah, I was there, and my first week there, I told my trainer, I said, when the Star Cruiser extension opens, I'm applying. I am going. I was so determined because I've loved Star Wars my whole entire life. And so it opened, I applied. I got a web-based interview, to talk to someone on camera, and I talked to them, went through that interview, and then they said that the second one that would be with some leaders and some other people that would make that decision, and I was a little nervous. But the interview process for me was pretty quick, and afterwards I'm I don't know if I got it, I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And then within 2 months of the process, so
2
from
months,
January
wow.
is when I applied to the extension. I started in January with my program. March is when I started at Star Cruiser. So I got accepted. It was so crazy because everybody at Tomorrowland attractions, they were also supportive of me, and they were like rooting for me, and they're like, you got this,
That's
you can
so
do it.
sweet.
And I was like, okay, we'll see. And so when I did get it, I like literally cried because
That's crazy.
I wanted to do it on my first program, but
Yeah.
the extension opened up at the end of my first program, so I didn't get to do it then.
Yeah.
So being able to have a second shot at it is like the best thing ever, and I'm like just so grateful that I got that opportunity.
I'm grateful too because I don't know if I would have met you otherwise.
Maybe, I mean, I'm an edge all the time.
That's fair. That's fair. Because
That's where I
I
live.
forget that I did meet you. You weren't working, but I was. But then I saw you like all the time over there. It was so
Yeah.
much fun. Can you tell us a bit about your role on Star Cruiser?
Yes. So, with me being a roamer, we had multiple different things we did. We did merchandise, food and beverage, housekeeping, concierge, recreation. We did transportation, which is a little bit like attractions in a certain way. And then we did facilitation of activities. So, we had to memorize like 30-minute spiels for activities.
Wow.
So it was very fun. It made me open up a lot more as a person because you're doing so many things, but then you're also connecting with guests in this commonality because I love Star Wars and then they're there to experience that universe.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it made it so special, and I wasn't as overwhelmed by everything, and I was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Like there was even like one time where I was bussing tables like in the Crown of Corellia dining room.
And enjoying it?
There was this passenger that was just watching me, and he waved me over, and I went over to him, and he was like, you know, I see you over there, you're just bussing tables, but you had this huge smile on your face.
Aww.
And I'm like, well, I love working here on the ship.
Yeah.
I love being on the Halcion, and I love all my crew members and all the passengers. Like, you guys make it so special. So every single voyage was different because of the passengers.
That's so special.
So I loved all the different roles, and there was just something different about every single voyage, and
Yeah.
every single one was not the same. And the fact that I got to share my life and my story on the Star Cruiser was just so special. And then hearing guests, the passengers and their stories.
Yeah.
Like, what planet are you from? Like, it's just
It's just crazy.
it's just so fun.
Yeah. What is one day on Star Cruiser, if you could relive it? Not change anything, just go back and relive it. What would it be?
So this is going from a guest perspective on Star Cruiser because I did a voyage myself, but then we also got the opportunity to bring our family and friends with us to experience Star Cruiser as well. And I would just say that I would revisit my open house where I got to bring my friend into just, this is where I work. This is my ship. This is my home.
Yeah, because not many people get to see that.
Yeah. And so it was just, it's honestly something that you don't understand until you're there. And I wish a lot more people had been able to experience it.
Yeah.
But I am so thankful that I got to experience it in every single way that I did. And it was just, even that was like, it's so different than working on the ship. It's, I don't know, it's just so unexplainable. Like, I get, like, emotional just, like, still thinking about
Yeah.
it. Like, I wear my Halcyon bracelet every single
Yeah.
day, and I feel weird without it when I don't wear it. But I would definitely go live that open house day again and do the lightsaber training that I did again. And there's this thing called Finale that you would get to see. So, all of that. And then my friend being able to see all that and be like, wow,
Like, you
this
got
is your
to live
home.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live on the ship. I live on
Yeah.
deck 8, you know?
That's so crazy. And you had the cutest outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Because you got to dress up, too.
Yeah.
Where were you from? Okay.
Alexis on the Halcyon is from Kuwait.
Okay.
It's a First Order planet. We create Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters.
So are you like...
I'm not going to say my alliance.
Oh. Are you part of the dark side?
I mean, what do you classify the dark side?
I mean, you're supporting the cause,
I mean, some
but...
people may see the resistance as the dark side.
Didn't know this part about you. Okay, interesting.
We have some very persuasive lieutenants, I'll say that.
That's valid. Oh my gosh. What is something you wish you knew going into your programs or the Halcyon or just Disney in general?
I would say to open yourself up to any opportunity or any experience. Don't have a certain oh, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah, no
Because,
expectations set.
yeah, no expectations. If you do have expectations, keep them very low. Because I didn't know what to expect because I'd never really experienced Disney
Yeah.
before working for Disney.
Right.
So for me, it's not like I had a certain, like, oh, I need this role, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I had done, like, other food-related restaurant jobs. So to me, like, food and beverage was comfortable for me when I came into the college program. But there's been so many opportunities and other opportunities I've seen others take as well that it's like, just go for it. Like, if there's an audition for something, go for it. If there is an extension opportunity, apply to it. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
And talk to people, like, network. Because I see so many people that I used to work with on my first program and then even my last program, people at Star Cruiser, like, I see them all over the company. They'll either be working in a different area or they'll come see me where I currently work living with the land currently. And they'll just be like, hey, what's going on? You know, also with like the Star Cruiser, I'm so glad I took that opportunity because I feel like I created a family there.
Yeah.
And I feel like there'll always be people that I can like reach out to or depend on or will support me like with, no matter where I go.
Yeah.
And that's like such a special bond.
That's so special.
And if I hadn't applied for that extension opportunity, I would have never gotten that.
Who knows where you'd be right now?
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I would just say keep an open mind when coming on the Disney College program. And it's only for a short time as well.
Yeah.
You can always change what you want to do afterwards. You can always go back home, whatever feels right. But it's such a short time to just make the most of it. And I had such a good time on both my programs. My brother came on a program with me last year.
That's
So we
so
were on the
fun.
program at the same time. And it's just, you never know until you try. And I'm so glad I took that opportunity because I'm so grateful for where I am now.
Yeah.
And it's evolved me as a person. Like, I used to be so shy and, like, closed up. And
Yeah.
now I'm, like, not afraid to show who I am.
Yeah. You were talking about where you're at now. So you are living with the land now.
Yes.
It might be like, it seems like a drastic change from where you were. Somewhere as crazy as and like unique of a experience as Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yes.
To living with the land, which is a very slower paced ride. For those of you who haven't been on it, not my personal favorite,
it's either
but
a
it's
fan
cute.
favorite or people
Hate
do
it.
not want to go on it. It's one or the other. There's no in between.
Yeah. So what's your experience been like with that?
So, if I'm being honest, whenever I got living with the land, I was a little shocked because I'd only been on the ride one time before ever working there.
Oh no.
So I almost cried, but it was also because I was also going through the withdrawals of Star Cruiser. Like, whenever that news was broke,
Yeah. Yeah.
I cried for like 2 days straight,
Valid.
and I still had to work as well. Just going from something you love and you put your whole heart and your whole soul into,
Yeah.
and everybody else does too, to a lot of the, because with Star Cruiser, you had to want it, you had to apply for it to get into it, whereas going back to living with the land, there's a bunch of people who are just there because they have to be there.
Yeah, or their
Sometimes, or they
CPs,
didn't, like,
they've
they
just
didn't
been
choose
put
that.
there. Yeah.
So I have so many people that be like, "Oh, you work at Living with the Land? That's so cool! I wish I could work there." I'm like, I got it, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's a time in my life to kind of slow down, see what it is that I want to do, and I mean, I do enjoy the guest interactions. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for that, and I see a lot of familiar faces as well, and it like just makes my day when I see someone I know because I'm like, "Hi,"
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, there's a lot of opportunities. I love all my coworkers; they're all phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's not too bad of a, like, it's not a crazy ride. I mean, I do prefer fast pace, but I've always done fast paced things as far as roles go. So it's kind of nice to like slow down and just absorb the moment. And this is just a vessel to where I'm going.
Yeah.
It's not permanent. I'm hoping to go other places eventually. And I feel like this is just like a rest area for me.
Yeah. With where you're going, is there somewhere you want to be? Like, what's the end all with Disney that you'd love to be? Dream role, dream position?
So for me, that looks like something in entertainment.
Okay.
Whatever that is, whether it's performing or management, I would love to do entertainment in some way because that's really shaped my Disney experience as far as a guest as well. Is like, I go for like a lot of the entertainment stuff and the interactions because I never got to go to Disney till I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I never got to meet Mickey when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So it's very special to have that as an adult and kind of release my inner child.
Yeah.
And be able to go have a character breakfast or whatever. And I'd love to help facilitate something like that in the future. Whether, like I said, it's performing or management in some way, I want to help cultivate those experiences and help influence that. So that would be very special to me. Overall goal, as far as like corporate goes, I would like to stay with Disney. Maybe do something social media or something.
Yeah.
Because I would love to showcase the magic, help create things that advertise the magic, as well as helping with the experience.
Yeah.
Because seeing those like Disney commercials, like I know that's TV, you see that, and it makes you want to go to Disney.
Yeah.
Seeing stuff on social media, you're like, whoa, like that's so cool.
I want to go do
like
that.
TikToks and stuff like
Yeah.
that, like the Disney TikTok page is really cool.
Yeah.
And I attended a panel at Flamingo. That's another thing, if you're on your college program, you should definitely attend all the panels as possible.
Seriously.
Because that helped me be like, this is something I possibly want to do. And you can also have a networking opportunity as well there. So
yeah, you can meet some crazy people.
I love the social media panel. That was my hands down favorite one. And I was like, maybe this is something I want to do. At least a goal.
What's the earliest memory you have with a guest?
Before I ever went to Disney, when I was in high school, that was my senior year. A year before that, I believe, there was a friend of mine who had a annual pass. He got us into Magic Kingdom parking, and we took the monorail over to the Contemporary Resort. And that was my first time ever on Disney property besides like Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Like I'd been to Springs, you know, but I'd never been like on the park property. So being able to go and take the monorail, see what all the hype is about. We went there just for the fireworks.
Oh.
We went up to one of the balconies and Happily Ever After was playing. And I was like, you know, before COVID and everything.
Of course, yeah.
But it was just so magical. I literally cried there on the balcony. Like, I couldn't really hear the music or, like, hear the words. But, like, just seeing it, it's, like, something I'd always wanted to see as a child. And, like,
finally got to experience
fireworks.
It. Yeah.
Like, maybe one day. And that kind of also sparked my interest with going towards Disney. Because I was not planning on coming to Disney at all.
Really?
For a college program. But it was just such a magical thing to be able to experience it in that way. Like, it wasn't the full park all day long.
Yeah.
But it was just a little bit of a taste of something that I could have. And I went for it. Here I am.
And here you are. Look at all you've done.
It never gets old.
No,
it never does.
honestly.
Like, I've been here for a year now living in Florida, and then I had my first program as well, like almost a total of 2 years, and it's like every single day I'm like, whoa, this is my life.
The fireworks
I
hit
get
the
to see
same every
this?
time.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
What's the best experience or memory you've had with a guest? Because you've had a lot.
Oh my goodness. I know I talk about Star Cruiser a lot, but that literally, like, every single day, just something there. But outside of that, it kind of relates to Star Cruiser a little bit, but it just shows how strong of a bond we'd create with people on the Star Cruiser. There was, when I was working at Living with the Land recently, I was outside at this, like, greeter position, and there's this group of guests that came up, and they had the Forever shirts that had the Halcion symbol on it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, if you know, you know. And so I saw that, and they're wearing it to Epcot. And there's nothing Star Wars there, but they were wearing it to maybe, like, find people like me or that at least acknowledge and know what it is.
Yeah.
And so I saw them, and I said the little greeting, we had good journey. And they, like, stopped, and they're like, oh! So we just talked for, like, what seems like 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And they were talking to me about their experience and how it affected them, and they literally had tears in their eyes when they were talking about it. And it's just like every single time I see someone that got to experience it, they always get emotional. Even I get emotional. And so, like, it was just so nice to be able to connect with them because I miss it every single day. Like, I literally wake up and think about it, and I know others that do too. And so it's nice to be able to talk about it with someone who knows.
Yeah.
And they, even at the end, they're like, can we get a picture with you? And I was like, sure, of course.
That's so special.
You know, it's just so special, like, the bond you create with people. And we always, like, talk about on the Halcyon, the ship and the crew have a strong bond. And then we kind of branch that out to the passengers as well because it wouldn't be what it was without them. And I'm just so grateful that I met everybody I have, even if it was, like, just in passing. Like, it's just something that I will never forget, and it's something that will last forever.
It's bonus question time.
Okay.
Lightning
I'm ready.
round. You get 10 seconds.
Okay.
Max. That's it. What is your favorite Pixar movie?
I like Brave.
Oh, that's
Brave is so underrated.
Honestly?
Like, I love Merida. Phenomenal.
I feel like
It's
people
such a funny
forget.
movie, too.
Yeah, it's so funny. So funny. People forget that that's, like, a Pixar movie.
She's the only Pixar princess, too, as of right now.
Yeah, she is. Good answer. Okay, favorite Disney animated movie?
Animated movie, probably Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan. That's probably my favorite. Like, as far as like old goes, like that's great. So I love
Okay.
Peter Pan so much. Like, just like the idea of never growing up.
Favorite Disney live action movie?
Have I really seen the live action stuff? Because like, I love the cartoons. I'm such a fan of the cartoons. I've seen the Beauty and the Beast live action. I thought that was pretty good.
It doesn't have to be a remake either. Like anything that's not animated. It could be the Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin. Is that what it's called?
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, so anything like that.
I feel like there's something, but I'm just not thinking of it. Star Wars count?
Yeah, it does now. Which Star Wars movie?
Okay, if we're talking, it's not Disney though. Okay.
Okay, which Star Wars movie is? What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
That's hard. I can pick each of like
One.
from this.
10
okay.
seconds.
Return of the Jedi.
Good answer. Good answer. Favorite Star Wars TV show that's come out?
Definitely Clone Wars. Season 7, the last half of that, with Order 66, is just...
That's a lot.
Everything is just so emotional, and it even ends, like, emotional, too. Like, I cried. I never thought that we would get a Season 7, so that's probably my favorite, and getting to see my girl Ahsoka come back.
You love Ahsoka. She loves Ahsoka. You haven't been to Disneyland?
One time.
You've been? Okay. Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I'm a huge Disney documentary person, and so being able to see everything from the documentaries and like the original ideas come to life there, and also the character stuff is just phenomenal. The
like
character interactions.
Tier.
I'm a entertainment girly. Like I love to see all the live shows and see the characters and go to the meet and greets. So seeing all that,
they're like the next level. They're incredible.
the roaming is amazing.
So good.
So good.
So good. Favorite character and why?
Favorite character is Rapunzel. I relate a lot to her because, you know, she's a big dreamer, and there's a lot of things, like, all the hobbies she has, I feel like that's me sometimes, like, I'll just go do this for a little bit, then go do this for a little bit.
Yeah.
But she's such a huge dreamer, and she doesn't let anything stop her, and she goes out and sees, like, the lanterns, and I feel like that's me with Disney, honestly, like, I want to go to Disney. I'm going to Disney.
Yeah.
And I just went on my own.
And you did it.
And I did it, and now I'm finding a new dream as I'm here, and I love all the music from, like, Tangled, and Rapunzel's just phenomenal. I love Rapunzel so much.
Love Rapunzel. Favorite souvenir you've ever purchased at Disney?
Never thought about that.
I know, this one's my favorite question to ask people.
Oh my goodness. I honestly don't really buy things a whole lot, but when I do, I love the Ahsoka ears I got.
Oh,
because I got to meet Ashley Eckstein wearing the ears. And she was
That's
wearing
so
her ears
cool.
too.
Oh, that's so cute.
So we have a picture of us with the matching ears.
That's so cute.
So that's probably my favorite thing, because that like represents me. It's like Ahsoka, because it was so hard to find Ahsoka things before she was really popular.
Now they have a lot of them.
Because I would dress like Ahsoka when I was 9 years old for Halloween.
Yeah.
So being able to see things everywhere now in the parks and getting those ears and seeing it like, this is Ahsoka. So cool. I love it.
Cool. Favorite Disney song?
Disney song. Probably A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Yeah.
I love that song. That was like when I was applying to the DCP and when I was coming back to the DCP, that was like my mantra song. I would listen to it all the time.
Aww.
And it was almost like it's like manifesting in a way. It's like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go there. And just like, you know, wishing.
Yeah.
And
Dreams come true.
Dreams come true.
So good. And on that happy note, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for being one of the people it takes. I'm so happy we finally got to do this.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, give it a 5-star rating. Also, we need to pick a question for people to vote on below.
Oh.
I do like a this or that type thing. What do you want to do?
I'm really good at coming up with questions. We'll see.
Mickey Pretzel or Dole Whip below. Vote on your favorite. Very interested to see that one. That one's like those are two very different snacks. I thought you would say like pretzel or churro, because those are like, but Dole Whip and a pretzel? Vote below. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for being here again. Bye guys, have a good weekend.